All right, welcome back to the channel. Shawn Porter, as much as he was actually willing to diss somebody, disrespects Errol Spence Jr. The man is still living in that world where he thinks he won the fight. Says that Errol Spence Jr., the WBC and the IBF champion, the guy that owns both of the belts that Porter used to say, somehow in his mind is not a top 3 welterweight. Find that pretty funny. Let's talk about Shawn Porter and Errol Spence Jr. and the rest of the welterweight division, because there's been a lot of good stuff that's been going on in the welterweight division, at least interesting things to talk about. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. And thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Before we get into the video, thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to the people who have not subscribed but come in and watch the videos. But if you do that, hey, you might as well go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you to everybody on the Patreon, everybody that joins as members, and thank you and welcome back to everybody that comes by the live streams Monday through Friday and OG Boxing Talk on Sunday. That's what we do on this channel. This particular bit of content falls into the video category, so thank you specifically you for watching this video. It is your support is greatly appreciated, even if you hate what I'm about to say. And if you are a Shawn Porter fan, more than likely you're not going to like it, because Shawn Porter is out here talking that Tyson Fury fan stuff, man. Man, it kills me, man. I talk about this on videos a lot of the time, and it's this, man. Look, if you can go to BoxRec and it says W, there's a W there. If you were the WBC champion when you walked into the ring with Errol Spence Jr., and you were not the WBC champion when you walked out of the ring, that very same ring, that very same night, then you lost the fight, okay? Unless you had lost it on the scale, but you lost the fight. But Shawn Porter says that he didn't lose the fight, and when asked who the top welterweights were, because he was asked whether he thought Terrence Crawford was a top 3 welterweight, and he said, yes, Terrence Crawford is a top 3 welterweight. The top 3 welterweights are Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, and Shawn Porter. And he said, because everybody knows that was a bad decision when I beat Errol Spence Jr. in that fight. Shawn Porter, you did not win that fight, man. You did not win that fight. You didn't win the fight. Actually, you didn't win the fight. You didn't. And even if I went on a limb and said, hey, let me tell you how I scored the fight, you didn't win the score. You didn't win the fight in the minds of most people. It's not some scenario where this is some lopsided win for Shawn Porter. And then Shawn Porter everybody's like, oh, I'm so shocked. No, it wasn't no uproar, no Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez uproar off of a draw. It wasn't a Tyson, even the fans, like them bozo ass fans that continue to think that somehow Tyson Fury won every round that he didn't get knocked down in. That's not that type of situation. The situation with Shawn Porter and Errol Spence Jr. was this. It was a whole lot of people were crapping on the fight because they were crapping on Errol Spence Jr. for taking the Shawn Porter fight, and I don't understand why, because it was a unified fight. But if you remember, a whole lot of people, Drink More Water, Will Bag, and other Terrence Crawford fans were out there saying, oh no, Errol Spence Jr. is ducking Terrence Crawford. He's ducking Terrence Crawford. We want the Terrence Crawford fight. Errol Spence Jr. wanted the Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny Pacquiao decided to fight Keith Thurman, and so Errol Spence Jr. was the environment in the lead up to the fight. A whole lot of people thought Errol Spence Jr. is just going to run through Shawn Porter. Errol Spence Jr. did not wind up running through Shawn Porter. It wound up being a competitive fight, a very good back and forth fight. Shawn Porter definitely won some rounds. Errol Spence Jr. won rounds. Errol Spence Jr. dropped Shawn Porter in the 11th round, and he won the 12th round. And that's what it is. That's what it is. It was just a good fight. But look, man, close only counts in horseshoes and grenades. You did not win the fight. Since you did not win the fight, you got to sit on that L, and just it's what it is. You know, that's one thing that really bugs me. It bugs me about sports fans, and it even more so bugs me about fighters. But even though it bugs me more about the fighters, it's understandable for the fighters to say things like that, because they, of course, are still going to they need to sell their fight. They need to, they need to keep their sense of confidence up. They need to really feel like they won the fight. But look, man, Shawn Porter was getting out. In my opinion, Shawn Porter got on the inside, got outboxed. What Shawn Porter did well, though, Shawn Porter got up against the ring. Shawn Porter showed very good footwork and good strength getting off the ropes. It was more difficult than usual for Errol Spence Jr. to really cut the ring off on him, but he cut off the ring enough on him to make him fight consistently. And Errol Spence Jr. got the better of that stuff. Now, Errol definitely got hit solid by Shawn Porter several times. And it was a very good fight, man. I would not mind at all seeing it get run back. But to say that Shawn Porter won that fight, I'm not buying it, man. And I think that Shawn Porter would be better served, at least if not in public when he's talking, in private, thinking to yourself what you can do a little bit differently for the next fight, because the next fight's going to go the same way, but it might be a little bit worse, man, because Errol Spence Jr. might spend a little bit of time boxing and then more. I don't know what he do, but still just, figure out what you did wrong, what you could have done better, and keep pushing for that fight. But the idea that he lost, that Shawn Porter won that fight, to me is like, nah, I'm not buying it. And definitely the idea that Errol Spence Jr. is not a top 3 welterweight that's just absolutely silly, man. Now, Shawn Porter said that the fight that he really wants to have is the Errol Spence Jr. rematch. That's the one he's really looking forward to. But at the same time, he said that the top 3 fights in the welterweight division are Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, Shawn Porter, and Shawn Porter, Terrence Crawford. Look, I certainly hope that we can get that third one. All right. I definitely hope we can get the third one. We're not getting the Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford fight. We're not getting the Manny Pacquiao, Shawn Porter fight. So for Shawn Porter, Shawn Porter probably would have been better off saying, yeah, he's definitely top 3. Terrence Crawford, Shawn Porter, and Errol Spence Jr. and left Manny Pacquiao's name out the equation, because saying that ain't gonna get you fight with Manny Pacquiao. Because Manny Pacquiao is either gonna fight Danny Garcia, Errol Spence Jr., or gonna go fight somebody, or Danny. I think the leading candidate right about now for Manny Pacquiao is Danny Garcia. But also the other thing that I wanted to talk about though was what Shawn Porter said about Tim Bradley, and he addressed the fact that Tim Bradley had thrown everybody under the PBC under the bus, man. And he talked about that and just said how wrong he thought that Tim Bradley was for doing that. Now we're heading towards the end of this video, man. But I just had this feeling, man. I liked it. I'll stick with the analogy that he used. He said, look, man, all that Terrence Crawford stuff, hey, if Terrence Crawford can't get the fight because he's not over here on this side of the fence, if everybody can play and fight and make money, over here in this playground, why should anybody have to just jump the fence, get out of the playground, go across town to play with you, to go play with you at your playground where ain't nobody else there, and then hope to if they beat you, travel back across town to come back and go to where they already were. And I think that is Man, that was a pretty good analogy, man. That was a pretty good analogy. I like that out of Shawn Porter. All in all, though, man, I don't have too much criticism for what Shawn Porter said and what he does, man. I think Shawn Porter is a heck of a fighter. He seems like he's a really nice, genuine guy. His team, between he and Kenny Porter, really see they do a lot of good work, man. They just seem to be straight up and down people, man. So I can respect their opinion, and I certainly hope to get to see the rematches that they talked about. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.